The New Testament reading for this fifth Sunday in Lent for this year is from Hebrews. Now, Hebrews is not a letter. It's not even from Paul. They're not even sure who wrote it. And they think it might have been directed to the Jewish members of the community, this new community, mainly because of a reference to a fellow by the name of Melchizedek. Now, this is going to be very overly simplified, but I'm going to at least give some reference to who this Melchizedek is and why he's important. He was a contemporary. Actually, he was even before, he was older than Abraham. And he was considered to be what was then the first sort of king priest that had been developing at that time. And the king was also a priest and was able, etc. The situation develops where he meets Abraham, and somehow there's a transfer of tithes, and ultimately the Jewish priesthood ended up from the descendants of Abraham, mainly from Aaron, when Moses declared Aaron to be the founder of the new priest class after the tabernacle had been built. Now, still at the same time, Melchizedek was considered to be the priest of the highest order. And apparently David, being a priest king, was of that order. And therefore, Jesus, being of that lineage, was to be the next priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. I hope that makes some sense. It's a little complicated, but there you go. If you want to read more about it, knock yourselves out, because boy, I'll tell you, it's been very interesting for me to read. Hebrews chapter 5, verses 5 through 10. Christ did not glorify himself in becoming a high priest, but was appointed by the one who said to him, "You are my son. Today I have begotten you." As he says also in another place, "You are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek." In the days of his flesh, Jesus offered up prayers and supplications with loud cries and tears to the one who was able to save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverent submission. Although he was a son, he learned obedience through what he suffered. And having been made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him, having been designated by God a high priest according to the order of Melchizedek. The word of the Lord.